Hi, how are you? This is Althea Smith, and I'm coming to you from my home. And I wanted to start doing a recording, pretty much telling you my story. This is like my book, and I'm going to get really intimate with you, and I'm going to talk about all the things I went through and all, my walk with God, and the things that I had to go through to get to a true level of intimacy. And it wasn't an easy journey. But God was there all the time. He was always there beside me. He was always there looking out for me. He was always there showing me, I'm with you, girl. I know it looks bad. I know it feels horrible, but I'm with you. But I don't want people to think that I'm just so focused on the negative. I'm not focused on the negative. But God said this is very important. The processing is very important because when it starts coming in our life, a lot of us, we are lonely because we can't find other people who can keep it real and let us know I've been there, or we can't find people who are even processed internally to be able to speak into your life in that time, because when they speak in flesh, and they speak in things that it's not helping you, it's not encouraging you, it's actually making you feel lonely, it's making you feel like you're by yourself, it's making you feel like there's nobody else that's going through it, and you're like, God, have anybody gone through this process? Because everyone I talk to, it's like they're so oblivious in their spirit to what I'm going through, and they're trying to help me, but all they're doing is making it worse for me. So that's the position of my life. That's why I'm still alive today. That's why I survived everything I went through, because God wants me to share my walk and my journey with you, to let you know that you're not alone, to let you know that because of who we are and the generation that we're in and the issues that we have to go through a lot of breaking and crushing. We have to go through a lot of trials. It's not forever, but it is for a season, because he wants to get his glory, and he wants us to be delivered from flesh, from ourselves, from religion. God don't want us to be religious. Jesus wasn't a religious God. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle of freedom. It's a lifestyle where we come into being who we are, the way God wants us to be, and be free and having the joy of just being free and delivered. But we've been in bondage for so long. We're born in sin and shaped iniquity. So we're used to sin, and we're used to having issue, and we're used to living with bondage. We're used to living with, you know, negative things in our hearts, and a lot of us bury our hurts and pain, and we smile like everything is okay, but when God is looking inside of us, he's saying that person got so much muck and darkness in them because of all the things that we store in our heart. He don't want us to no longer store it in our heart. He wants us to deal with it, because he is spirit. And if he's going to dwell in your spirit, if he's going to dwell in you, he can't dwell in darkness. He can't dwell in unforgiveness. He can't dwell in anger. He can't dwell in bitterness. He can't dwell in vicious darkness. He can't dwell in all the negative thing that sin is. And it's not saying that you're bad or you're dirty. It's just what sin is. We got to call it what it is. And what it is it's darkness to God. It's dirty to God. It's ugly to God. It's filth to God. I don't care how much we pretty it up. I don't care how much we try to sedate it by putting nice outfits on. God said, I love you. You're beautiful to me. You're special to me. But can I just tell you the truth? I got to deal with your wicked heart. And in Ezekiel, our heart is wicked above anything else. And a lot of times people say, don't tell me I'm wicked. That's not nice. God is not like that. God is so good. God is a good God, but he's truth. He's truth, and he's not going to lie to you, and he's not mocked. He's not going to raise you up to be example of who he is when everything in you don't reflect him, and when he can't have his way. How is he going to trust you when he don't own you? Because flesh is an enemy of his, so you have to die so he can live through you. So he has to deal with the issues. He has to. And we don't want to hear it, and that's why I'm having this private broadcast, because it's only for people who really want to get intimate, who really want to get right, who really want to please the Lord, who really want him to have his way in their life. I'm not telling you that I'm there. You're not there, because I'm not Jesus. But I'm at a level of processing where God owns me. I mean, I've known people that I'm like, God, I don't want to do this. But he's like, you're going to do it anyway because I own you. And I'm saying no, but yet I'm doing it. You see my point? Why? Because he owns me. But he says a lot of us who are in that process, he can't just do it. He can't do it. Because the things in us are so strong that he has to fight it to take over, but he's a gentleman. He's a dove. He's not going to fight our pride. He's not going to fight our arrogance. He's not going to fight our anger. He's not going to fight those other things in us that's taking the place of him. He's not going to fight it. So he wants you to allow him to purify you, to clean you up, to empty you out so he can get his glory. He loves you. But he's not going to leave us the way we are. And it doesn't matter if we've been in church for 20 years. He's saying, I just been waiting on you to get it and to surrender so I can really do what I want to do. Because sometimes when God shows up, we're looking for this Jesus that feels good to us. But God said love is truth, and love has to deal with things that's not right. And that's why when Jesus came, he wasn't people's favorite, because he was dealing with our issue. He didn't come the way the disciples thought he would come. They were shocked when he died the way he died. But he was an example of what we're supposed to be, totally surrendered. That's what greatness is. Greatness is coming down, and that's something that we're all dealing with. And believe me, you know, we have to go through this. And I'm not trying to be negative, and I feel like sometimes the world hinders me from really saying what God wants me to say, because some people, they don't want to hear it. They want to hear everything is going to be beautiful. They want to hear that I'm going to get my new outfit, I'm going to get my husband, I'm going to get my car, my wife is going to be perfect, we're going to be skinny, and we're going to have a beautiful, designer outfit, and we're going to have our business, and it's going to be successful, and the sun is going to shine every day. But God said, you're asking me to give you something that is not realistic on earth. Earth is not perfect, but if you let me process you, if you let me remove flesh from you, if you allow me without running, then I can really show you what a beautiful world this can be. And I need each person to commit to this. I need each person to surrender to me doing what I want to do. It wasn't easy for me. I'm going to, go into my journey, and I'm going to start from the beginning. And I'm going to break it up in compartments, session 1, session 2, session 3. And we're going to get real. And I'm going to show you what I had to go through to let you know that when you surrender, that you're going to make it. I mean, I'm talking about fully surrender. I'm not talking about just going to church and worshiping God and going to the altar. And, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really getting right with God. I'm talking about really being processed, where you're not so fidgety. Like we're so fickle. When God shows up and it's not, he don't show up pretty and beautiful, we just run, or we rebuke it, or we judge it and be like, that's not Jesus. Jesus said, it is me. I'm not just perfect and beautiful. I'm judge. I'm a consuming fire. I'm going to purify all the stuff. David said, before I was afflicted, I went astray. But after I was afflicted, I learned the ways of the Lord. So God is calling us to a deeper level. He's calling us to a higher walk with him. He's calling us to a deeper walk with him. He's calling us to a place in him where he owns us and he can get his glory, and we can turn the world upside down for Jesus. How is God going to change the world when he can't change us? We are the world. Each one of us is the world. Change you, and then he changed another and another and another. That's how we change the world. We are looking for God change to go somewhere else. It's going to go to us. Our fear has to be the change that she wants to see. This is how I change the world, by allowing God to change me. But I have to understand that love can be painful, and he's going to put you through increments. It's not going to always be bad. You're going to go through, like, maybe sometime it could be a 2 year, 1 year, or 3 months, 2 weeks, whatever it is that you can handle. He's, like, he'll put you through, and then he'll bring joy and happiness to uplift you. But then he's going to go back to the processing again, because he knows that we can't handle certain things. So he's not going to just kill you, but it is going to feel like death, the processing, the breaking, the crushing. It's going to feel like death. It's not going to feel comfortable. But everyone don't want to hear it, and we're shutting God's voice down. And God is trying to get his will accomplish on the earth, but we're so happy driven that we shut him down. We are flesh. Yes, we are the righteousness of God, but he already spoke that over us. Now we have to walk in it and become it. We have to become that. So we just thank the Lord. I'm just telling you, he loves you. And let's allow him to work. And let's look at everything in our life when it comes that it's coming from the hands of love. It's coming to make me more like Christ. Identify the trial. See what area it is in you that is affecting you. What area that's hurting you. What area that's making you uncomfortable. That area in you that makes you want to run. That's the area he wants to work on. And we're like an onion. There's so much levels to unravel, to get rid of. So God wants us to get right, and he wants to do the work because our issues are so strong now that we can't even deliver ourselves. You ever be angry and you want not to be angry, but you don't know how not to be angry? Because we're so strong-spirited. The issues in us are so rooted and deep that we can't save ourselves. And that's why we need Jesus. And if we keep talking about everything is perfect, Jesus is like, what the heck did I die on the cross for? Why did I come an example? Y'all acting like your life is, everything is perfect. He's like, it's not. But I can't tell you that. But now it's time, it's the right season, and God want to let us know that we're not right. And we're not at the level where he wants us. And we need to go deeper. And we need to be purified. And we need to die. And we need to stop running. We need to stop jumping. And we need to stop rebuking the trials that's coming to help us. We need to stop pulling away and stop judging the weapons that God is using. Yes, Miss Johnson is always picking on you, and yes, Miss Johnson is always trying to control you or telling you what to do. It's not Miss Johnson, it's God. God is just using her, you understand, to deal with the things in you that he's trying to deal with. So you won't be angry at Miss Johnson no more when you see the hand of God behind it. And we have to stop rebuking the devil, because the devil can't do nothing in your life unless God allow it. And God said, whatever I send in your life, I'm the chief, I'm the CEO, I'm the man in charge. The devil works for God. The devil works for Jesus. You see my point? So when I went through, I never thought about the devil. I'm telling the truth. For all those years, I never saw the devil. I always knew it was the hand of God, because I knew that nothing can come in my life unless God allow it. Like in Job, the devil goes to him, and God used the devil to get God's purpose accomplished. The devil is a weapon. Miss Johnson could be a weapon. Your kids could be a weapon. And God works it all for your good. He works it all to help you to be better. But you have to recognize what he's doing. You have to recognize and see that it's the hand of God. You have to recognize that. But I love you. And I'm not trying to, I know sometimes we think, man, I thought I was coming at my trials. I thought things were getting better. God says it's getting better. But if you have cancer and, you can be walking around looking beautiful, but only God will see the cancer in you. Sometimes you even go to the doctor and they can't pick it up. And that's how our wicked our heart is. That we can pretty it up with a nice outfit, with a great job, with a great career. We are preaching, we're a pastor, we're a teacher, whatever we are. And God said, you're pretty it up, but when I look inside of you, I see dead man's bone. I see darkness. I see stuff so hidden down deep in you that and you won't allow me to go there, because the minute I start to dig it out, because see, a doctor, if someone has cancer, the doctor have to put you on a table, and he has to put you to sleep, and he has to cut you, and he has to dig that thing out, and for a season, it look like you're getting worse, because 2 days before you were happy and go lucky, you were together. Now you're literally half dead on a table being cut open. But do you want to continue like everything is perfect? Or do you want to go on that table and to be cut out and have God dig up those things in you that's sickness in his sight, that's darkness in his sight, that's muck in his sight? It needs to go. But, we value ourselves so much that we don't want to say things are wrong with us. We don't even want to see it. We're blind to ourselves. We're blind to our issues. Everybody think they're right. Everyone think they're a good person. Everyone think, I'm a great person. I'm a good person. God is like, you are, But from my perspective, you need to be cleaned up. So next week or next section, I'm going to talk about me first. I'm not telling you to do something that I didn't first have to partake of. And I'm going to tell you my issues, and I'm going to tell you how I felt, and I'm going to tell you how, what God was doing. I'm going to tell you what the external was doing. I'm going to tell you what the outside looked like, the people around me. I'm going to tell you how I felt mentally, and I'm not going to pretty it up. I'm going to keep it real with you. Can I do that? And that's why I'm doing these private sessions, because you can't always go on the radio and really be transparent, because sometimes people really can't handle it. So I'm doing this private session for people who really want to hear the truth and really want to get right and really, want to deal with themselves. So God bless you. This is session 1, and my name is Althea Smith, and this is intimacy at the next level. God bless you. Bye.